yesterday.
That's right. And you look at the starting lineup of AMA. Interestingly, Luke Parcero is not on the starting lineup for AMA. So
AMA and Coach Bong de la Cruz of Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors have prepared for this game. Of course, the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors are coming off that loss.
Inside, outside, can hit you with assists. And this guy is really one of the spark plugs for Pasig.
Nice pump fake right there from Manalang as he drills that mid-range J.
Like we always, Santa Lucia, a much better rebounding team compared to AMA, and that's going to be, I guess, evident later on as the game.
Villamor coming up big on defense right there. Here's Longalong taking it up to the rack, draws contact, goes to the free throw line for an end one opportunity.
To the floor, that left side.
Only from the left side. Yeah, that's the Crip side, as Snoop Dogg would say. Rob Manalang swishes it.
And like we always say,
can they convert? Longalong caught napping right there. Here comes Rob Manalang.
so Manalang doing the covers on the...
Out with that pass. Alina, though, getting double teamed. Almost a steal right there, but Alina going deep again.
That's the second time his attempt. He had that 3 triples in the first half against Nueva Ecija, and that wasn't a really easy game for them, but he did good.
Baseline jumper for Dave Morales.
Always would love to go run on an open live turnover.
Speaking of open, there's Jun Manzo wide open on that break.
Both teams shooting pretty well, much too offensively for the Realtors.
Coach Mark Herrera with some early substitutions as Longalong pulls up, drills that jumper. Now let's get an update from...
Aware that his team is playing against a much more experienced one, but he said they should keep on putting on the effort. And if you've noticed, Luke Parcero is not yet here. Coach said...
This is way here from Cavite.
That's right. That's quite a drive from the south going here.
There's Ryan Costello. He just drilled a 3 a couple of possessions ago. He's got 5 on the board now.
There's challenge itong mga young guards nitong AMA online.
Tyrone Chan picking up the steal right there for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors as Morales swoops in. Give the assist to Jun Manzo.
Yep, and that was, and hopefully this triggers more opportunities for them, just like this guy guarding Romero. Speaking of Luke Parcero. Pansin mo yung mga mahabang skip passes nitong Pasig Realtors, really forcing AMA to do long closeout, but Longalong has been pretty impressive so far.
Remaining here the first as we acknowledge our prize sponsor, Imedishore Pharmacy. Nimes going up, and now with an end one opportunity.
So I guess the familiarity is already there, but you coming up with tune-up games against the other teams could be one factor that affects how they gel together as a team. The mga setup ng Pasig, very free, kick-outs, drive-in, kick-outs, skip passes. They're really making the defense move from side to side, as we see Nico and Alina.
For Coach Mark Herrera, what type of adjustments are you looking to make here as we get underway with the second?
Well, to just continue with their zone defense. I mean, that ploy's been AMA. While for Pasig Santa Lucia, that's 10 out of 21.
And they really made their money off the fast break opportunities as Nobi Lucero draws contact. And
AMA, once they get that ball entered inside, as Luke Parcero drove in and did a dipsy-do on the bigs of AMA. For most of them having played in the PBA, really just shows here the experience. And Lucero, woo!
Another bucket. Shot clock, Longalong going up. Lucero with the board. And Nimes and the Realtors, they've got numbers. Mark Bautista down, and Yambao surveying his options, gives it back to De La Rosa.
With De La Rosa on the court, you'd expect a much faster AMA.
Jerick Teng lost it right there, and De La Rosa has no one on him.
And every time, live turnover for both these teams, expect an up-and-coming one.
De La Rosa loses it, and now another fast break opportunity. Here's Jun Manzo, and the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors have really made a living off the fast break.
That's, I guess, credit to the 3-headed guards that they have in Costello, Manzo, as well as known for that. They're actually very late when it comes to defensive recoveries, which allows the offense now to freely move on the other end of the floor.
Pasig Santa Lucia.
Like what they always say, long shots give you long rebounds. It's normally the guards that end up with a rebound, but that time around, Dave Moral, they're sinking that.
That one wasn't as lucky.
Well, one thing about Moral, I remember in his UP days and even in the San Beda days, he used to have a higher dupe on his shot, but now it's kind of flat. Kaya medyo self-entering the draft this year and the PBA. PBA and trying to use the field basket as exposure and probably to encourage some of the teams to go draft him this year. Yeah, and so he's not the type to back down, because look at him, the way he does his stutter steps on that short closeout. It really shows that he's really building on the fundament, him being an assistant coach as well.
Tyrone Chan with a mid-range jumper right there for Pasig Santa Lucia. Alina cleaning up the mess for AMA. And now it's a 6-point distance. Kind of took a tumble right there as well. And now here's Dela Rosa driving and drilling it.
That's what you like about how this guy, JR De La Rosa, they're not really a good rebounding team. So they want to have really more possessions, kind of like how the Phoenix Suns played before under Coach Mike D'Antoni.
Josan game.
And with his skill set, he knows that he can do moves against these guys from AMA. But boy, that move right there, really sweet from Arceo. Well, Longalong, I guess one of the things that he could work on is to probably bring that leather up court, especially as we see Arceo with another three.
Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors trying to confuse the AMA defense.
Right there, Dave Morale could have taken that shot. Oh, what a finish by Nobi Lucero. Right.
Assist to Josan Nimes, the big man with a high-low play. And that assist delivery of the game was brought to you by Happily. Happily is available via delivery and takeout on Grab. Here's Catequista spinning. Alina for three. Yes!
Well, AMA tried to start.
Of AMA online education. And the story of the game here really for them is how they've been able to go toe-to-toe with Pasig Santa Lucia. As Jeff
is missed from point blank, the other one he was fouled, but right there, makeable shot for Ryan Costello. Oh, but Longalong continues to walk.
Parcero and his scoring.
Well, so far the duo of Longalong and Arceo are really causing problems here, as we have Rob Manalang answering back with his own three.
You got it.
Yung ano mo yung dribble penetrations mo. Well, look at Nobi Lucero right there.
Just fighting for that rebound. He's only 5'9".
He got that against Nikon
Pressure right now, even after Luke Parcero attempted his first field goal on the other end.
Well, here's the thing, you can't always turn it on and turn it off every time. You got to secure the
good deflection by Josan Nimes. He's got Parcero trailing him, and then he draws the foul.
Another thing that's going to make it
our prize sponsor. Tyrone Chan almost caught sleeping there. Lucero back to Chan. Yes!
Yan na mahirap kay Tyrone with the shot clock winding down.
Nimes makes his move, sees the mismatch. Up and no. Offensive rebound, Tyrone Chan. Doing the couldn't finish. Tyrone Chan with the offensive rebound. Nimes from outside. Yes!
We can't hit you with an alley-oop. We'll give you a three on the other end.
That would have been good had Lucero converted. Meanwhile, right. Yambao on the other end answers back. Nobi Lucero, nice pass to the right. Nimes, nice pump fake. Boom!
It almost just looks like
trying to take Nimes one-on-one, but gave it up to Arceo. Nimes still on defense.
And I like that they are a little bit more physical with AMA. De La Rosa giving a good account of himself.
And that's
that zone still persists for AMA.
Nimes still has the hot hand.
In two-man games on that side of the floor, so probably they want one more hit from Josan.
Nice pass from Lucero. Dave Moralde inside, looking for a three-point play opportunity. And the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors are rolling.
Right. And sobrang ganda na ng mga movements nila ngayon. Mas mabilis, mas maganda, yung mga cuts nila, and very intentional on everything that they do. And more importantly, they're happy.
34 seconds remaining on the shot clock, in the third quarter rather. Oh. Accidental tip in, I think they're calling for it. He's in the left corner. He's got Manzo on D. Parcero trying to break loose and finally gets the lucky bounce. It took him basically an entire... Still a lot of basketball to play, but if AMA Online Education wants win number 2, they need more scoring from this guy.
Oh, wow. What a move by Luke Parcero.
Pero,
grabe.
17-point game, but not if Nobi Lucero and Tyrone Chan have something to say about it.
Right. And Tyrone Chan just really... That one with Nueva Ecija when they battled with them for 3 quarters. As you see, Luke streaking down court for that 15-foot jumper.
Have coming out of the Phil Basket Summer Championship.
Well, a lot more development on their guard players as well as their big guys because they're not really the best defense.
That they've been they've been able to play in kind of like the ICC Blue Hawks. So ganun din, very similar trajectories.
That's right. Both actually collegiate teams trying to lose a game of levels. If you play at level 2, you don't want to play level 1 anymore because that's just gonna digress your development. And so you want to stay at that level. On schedule with their averages, averaging roughly about 77 points per game.
Jun Manzo, look at that. The hustle.
That's the, as we see here, that move between the legs, off that spin, footwork all the way. Good right there for number 13 guy, Jun Manso. That was just too much of Pasig Santa Lucia in that third quarter on that 20-point run. Oh, and Peña finally makes the basket.
And the Pasig sa Phil Basket.
You know how it is, minsan yung may basketball team ka, you have a guy who rarely sees action and you want him to score points. And everybody just sells.
2 minutes call was brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako. Get that bucket. Novi Lucero not letting up. He's got 18, 6, and 6.
This guy was playing basketball in, I think, Zamboanga, if I'm not mistaken. And look at that shake and bake against Catequista. Fading left, finishing with the right hand. Not an easy finish, though. Luke Parcero just makes it look so natural.
Fortunes ng AMA Online Education.
I think nung nakita nilang nagwa-warm up na si Luke, Pasig Santa Lucia said na, you know, we gotta step it up right here.
Oh, 2.8 seconds remaining. AMA trying to pull one last move. Longalong misses, and that's the game. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors just dominating the second half.
This is enough to start producing points. So from a deadlock 47, went up to 20-point production.